Dear passengers, welcome on board of the new VAGABOND adventure. In this episode we are going to explore the Malaysian capital city of Kuala Lumpur and its surrounding area, try local food, see a bit of nature, and we will also get acquainted with Malaysian railways, both passenger and freight trains. Don't forget to share your opinion in the comments. And now, let's begin the adventure.
Hey guys, welcome to Malaysia, to be precise to Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of the country, which I'm going to explore throughout next few days. So let's start from getting to the city, because airport is located a bit outside the city. Apparently the easiest way to get to Kuala Lumpur from the airport is to take a train, so let's just buy a ticket. 55, wow, it's a fortune. It's more than 10 bucks. Frankly speaking, I don't want to pay 15 bucks per train to Kuala Lumpur. So maybe I'll just take the bus, which is going to be 4 times cheaper. Can I buy a ticket to Kuala Lumpur here? Like a bus ticket?
Yeah, 16.
Yep.
16.
Alright, I've just bought the bus ticket to Kuala Lumpur Central Railway Station. So I'm going to the same place where the train goes, but pay 4 times less.
The idea of saving money on the trip from the airport to the city by taking a bus instead of a train turned out to be questionable. The bus was comfortable, I even managed to take a nap on it, but when I woke up, we still hadn't arrived. In total, the trip from the airport to the city took 2.5 hours due to morning traffic. The bus arrived at Kuala Lumpur Central Railway Station, where I transferred to a local train to get to the first Malaysian attraction on my way.
This is the train which I took from Kuala Lumpur. Like in Dubai, here in Kuala Lumpur they have separate coaches for ladies.
Welcome to Batu Caves, a limestone cave complex and Hindu pilgrimage site. It houses a series of caves and cave temples, the most famous being the Temple Cave, dedicated to Lord Murugan. A towering golden statue of Murugan stands at the entrance, making it one of the most recognizable landmarks in Malaysia. Batu Caves is a significant religious site for Tamil Hindus, who account for roughly 5% of the total Malaysian population.
Admittedly, it's not the easiest hike, but at the same time, not the hardest one. Still better than walking the forest trail up the hill, you know. So many people trying to get up. Alright, this is the entrance to the cave, and water is naturally leaking from the rock, which creates this kind of a natural waterfall or something, and this is the only way to get into this cave, so yeah, be prepared to get a little bit wet. It's a temple and a cave at the same time. I don't know, the height of this cave must be at least 30 or 40 meters, and the temple itself is here as well. So we're actually lucky today because the weather is sunny, there is no rain, and because of that we can clearly see all of these like water drops on the contrast with the sunlight. From here we can see the kind of the panorama of the main temple, and the fact that there is this kind of the natural rain of water drops from the rock, it just creates this surreal scenery. On the second level of the cave we can also enjoy local monkeys. Well, there is quite a lot of them. It seems to be their natural environment. You have to be extremely attentive with these guys. This small bastard just wanted to steal my phone, but at the last moment I caught him, so...
Malaysia was the first country in Southeast Asia that I visited. So many things that I saw there seemed unusual to me. I had seen monkeys in Sri Lanka, but I had never seen so many of them interacting freely with people. Also, I had no idea about the Hindu rituals that took place in the temple. Not to mention the exotic fruits that grew right on the streets of Kuala Lumpur. By the way, the fruit in the video is a jackfruit. These are the largest fruits that grow on trees. They are edible and taste like a sweet melon. I'm currently walking the sidewalk and follow this kind of the covered part of the sidewalk. It even has some illumination. Well, maybe it was installed here to protect people from rain, because
average climate here is so humid, and it seems that another rain is approaching the city. All of a sudden I came across monorail system of Kuala Lumpur. It's a rare means of transportation. Train with single rail operates here, and it's also integrated into the local subway system. Apparently, due to high humidity, jungles grow literally within city boundaries of Kuala Lumpur. Before a severe thunderstorm started, I'm still able to show you one of the largest Chinese temples in Southeast Asia.
Tian Ho Temple is one of Kuala Lumpur's most striking temples, dedicated to the sea goddess Mazu. Completed in 1987, it was built by the local Hainanese community and beautifully combines traditional Chinese design with modern elements. The temple stands out with its vibrant red pillars, intricate carvings, and multi-tiered roof. Beyond its religious significance, it's also a great spot for cultural experiences, offering scenic views of the city and lively celebrations during major Chinese festivals.
Alright, we have explored a couple of interesting places outside the city center, and yeah, so I decided to take a cheap taxi to the very center of Kuala Lumpur. And you're actually from Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah.
So you were born and raised here?
Yeah.
Did you study in university or you started working after school? What is your life story, let's say?
After school, I studied until I take the degree.
What was your degree?
Engineering.
How much money would you need in Kuala Lumpur to like live a decent life?
Okay.
Comfortable for yourself, for your family maybe?
Nowadays, we need at least 5,000 ringgit. Consider that is a moderate level for us.
So I've taken a taxi to the very center of Kuala Lumpur, the main concentration of historical buildings and architecture. The taxi driver told me that having 1,200 to 1,300 bucks per month in Kuala Lumpur should be enough to maintain like average lifestyle. If you're a local, if you are from Kuala Lumpur watching this video, so tell me if it's actually true or not. We are on Independence Square in Kuala Lumpur. This was the place where independence of Malaysia was declared in 1957. Malaysia gained its independence from Great Britain. That was the flagpole where the first Malaysian flag was raised. A very meaningful location for the whole country.
The Independence Square is surrounded by iconic buildings, including the stunning Sultan Abdul Samad building, an architectural masterpiece with a towering clock tower. Built in 1897 during British colonial rule, it was originally used for government offices and now houses Malaysia's Ministry of Communications and Multimedia. Nearby, I came across a mosque that immediately caught my attention. Unlike traditional enclosed prayer halls, this one had an open-air prayer area. Thanks to Malaysia's climate, this is possible year-round. Next, I headed to perhaps the most recognizable landmark in Malaysia and one of the most well-known attractions of Southeast Asia, the Petronas Towers. Standing at 452 meters, these twin skyscrapers held the title of the tallest buildings in the world from 1998 to 2004. The towers are connected by a sky bridge on the 41st and 42nd floors, offering breathtaking views of the city. Seeing them in person was absolutely breathtaking, and standing beneath them made me realize just how massive they truly are. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to the panorama point in Petronas Towers because it required reservation. I ended my day with my local friend who was hosting me in Kuala Lumpur. Together, we went out to try traditional Malaysian cuisine. But before having dinner, we enjoyed vistas of Kuala Lumpur from one of the rooftop bars in the downtown.
Yeah, so we made it to one of the rooftop bars of Kuala Lumpur, which offers incredible view on the downtown of the city. Just look at that. And we managed to catch the dusk time. It's not entirely dark right now, so we can enjoy the I think this is the highest building of Malaysia, right? Yeah, we're gonna start with what's that? I mean, like it's a combination of different vegetables.
Mixed vegetable.
So let's just pick a random piece
Carrot.
of carrot. Oh, come on.
Broccoli.
Oh, yeah, broccoli. Let's start with that.
How was it?
First of all, I'm not a fan of broccoli, but this one is very well made. Okay, next vegetable. We got carrot. Okay, officially, this is the best vegetable bowl I've ever tried.
Try the egg.
It's the omelette.
Yes. How was it?
It's nice overall, but it's a bit too fat.
Too fat.
Yeah. Choosing between these two ones,
This one.
I will stay for the vegetable bowl, yeah. Tom yum. Let's see if it's spicy or not. But you asked them to make it moderately spicy, right? Okay, cool.
Is it okay for you?
Brilliant.
Sure. I'm afraid we cannot.
It's not spicy, it's totally, it's just great, you know?
There we go.
Here we go with the fish. Look at this beauty. Holy crap, how are we supposed to finish it?
We're going to finish it slowly.
Here we are again next to Petronas Towers, already in the evening, so we can clearly see how incredible is the illumination of towers. They are perfectly illuminated, all of their details, and it also attracts tourists and potentially locals to photograph themselves on the background of these Petronas Towers.
After dinner, we went for a walk through the evening streets of Kuala Lumpur. The city turned out to be quite lively. There were many people on the streets, and the bright lights of shop windows and street lamps created a special atmosphere. We stopped by the Chinese market, where you can try a variety of delicacies: octopus, squid, exotic fruits, and traditional Chinese dishes. One thing that caught my attention was durian, a fruit I've heard a lot of mixed opinions about. I decided to try it myself.
Alright guys, we made it to a Chinese market and I decided to try something that I had never tried before. The durian. It looks a bit like mango, frankly speaking, but just a bit. Let's give it a go. Ooh, brother, ooh. What's that?
Do you like it?
No, I'm not. I don't like it. It's a very weird taste, like it's like a mix of egg, like pineapple, a bit of mango. Not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of
Not
tea.
my thing, yeah.
The following day, I woke up early in Kuala Lumpur and headed to the central railway station to begin my train hopping journey across Malaysia. However, I didn't plan to catch out from KL. Instead, I decided to go to a smaller city located about halfway between Kuala Lumpur and the Malaysia-Thailand border. A preliminary analysis of Malaysian railways showed that the town where I was supposed to go might have a crew change station, an ideal spot for hopping onto a freight train. I bought a ticket for a northbound high-speed passenger train, and after a few hours arrived at my starting point.
So my passenger train is behind me. The journey is going to take 2.5 hours. It's 8 AM right now, so I'll be there by around 10:30. Alright, I'm on the train. The train is very nice. It's going to be a high-speed train which runs somewhere towards Thailand. Not so many passengers so far. Maybe some of them will get on board along the journey. But anyway, we are departing from Kuala Lumpur main railway station. Alright, here we are at Ipoh railway station. It's going to be the starting point of my, hopefully the starting point of my freight train adventure. This is the high-speed train which I took here from Kuala Lumpur. On the left is just a random local train. And this is the freight train situation, guys. So it's probably some kind of the local crew change station. We can see a random freight train, consists of some tanks and maybe a bit of containers. It's actually a very long train. I have no idea where this train is actually going, towards Kuala Lumpur or somewhere else. And my major concern is that freight trains may only run here at night, because during daytime there is a heavy passenger traffic. I have no idea how it works here, so we'll figure it out. And I personally set the deadline for tomorrow's morning, so if I don't manage to catch a freight train till tomorrow's morning, I bounce. Such an enjoyable railway station building of Ipoh. Most likely it was constructed by Britons, because Malaysia gained its independence in 1957 from Great Britain. It inherited left-handed driving on roads and railways, and also it inherited the lovely architecture, which we can still enjoy. From this town you can take trains to Kuala Lumpur and towards Thailand. And the idea of my particular trip is to catch a freight train which will get me towards Kuala Lumpur. Not necessarily to the Kuala Lumpur, but maybe somewhere towards it. Another remarkable object in Ipoh is the building of local town hall, which was constructed in 1914 during the time when Malaysia was under British rule. So it's another example of British colonial architecture. I'm going to walk around the railway yard to find appropriate approaches to tracks. Yeah, so here is the situation. There are no locomotives in the yard, only one freight train. Hell knows where it's going. So yeah, I'm gonna find some reasonable spot to get in to the yard to basically avoid the railway station. I see the restaurant next to me, so I'll probably have breakfast there. Even though it's Indian restaurant, they can still have something reasonable. I mean, I'm just not a fan of Indian food, but sometimes they have something simple to offer. Hello, can I have a breakfast here?
Lunch.
Yeah, maybe like lunch. Yeah, I mean, it looks nice, so the food is pretty reasonable. Oh, they actually do have a lot of soups. You can try. Hello, I'm just looking for soup. So,
You mean
all of these are soups, right?
this one Indian rasa soup, no?
All right.
And then this one is crab soup.
Okay. Okay.
That one is a chicken soup.
I would like to have some kind of small soup like this, so it's nice. So apparently I've ordered the least spicy food possible in this Indian restaurant, which actually looks pretty reasonable. So this is the crab soup, just like plain rice, boiled egg, and Indian replacement of bread. Yeah, also waiting for the milk tea, so let's see how it is. So the soup is so oily, moderately spicy. I mean, based on the fact that this is Indian restaurant, so it can be more spicy, so it's pretty eatable, right? But I don't see any crab inside. But I see rice. The soup just leaked away from my bowl, so it's already a mix of rice and soup. Indian crunchy bread. It literally feels like chips, like Pringles with some specific spices, I don't know. So here we go with the boiled egg. I mean, the taste of boiled egg is pretty simple, so I don't expect much from it. I mean, sounds good. I just discovered that there is chili pepper in this soup, which is the greatest like red flag for me. Because my stomach, I mean like my intestine cannot digest chili pepper, so it causes diarrhea. I should be prepared for that because I'm still eating this soup despite the fact that I see this freaking chili pepper. Alright, I just had a lunch for $2, fairly cheap. The food was not bad overall. I mean, the soup was quite spicy, so I decided not to finish it. The rice was good, tea was even better. Egg was okay. So currently we are approaching the railway station of Ipoh, but from the side of there's an ordinary street, not from the side of the railway station. And yeah, it's just the surrounding area. Looks very average. I mean, it's not pretty, it's not ugly. It's just like, you know, these side streets which can be found everywhere in the world. Well, this is how it looks. Theoretically, it could be the spot. The fence is a little bit broken here, but at the same time there is a line of like deep bushes, and hell knows how deep they are because I don't see the ground from here. Well, if it's solid, it's okay. It's right in the throat of the station, but you can also get a little bit closer to the train to maybe find a more appropriate entrance to the yard. Okay, this could be the actual approach to the railway tracks, but you see it's under the barbed wire, even though it's not a big deal to somehow climb over it. But anyway, so it's not the best spot. I mean, it's the place where a locomotive stands, so this would be right in front of it. And yeah, maybe it's just better to climb over the fence in a more appropriate location. And at least there is a reasonable waiting area right next to the railway station, so it's just the Hindu temple. There's probably, I don't know, just like a place to sit down so I can observe the yard and at the same time don't attract too much attention. I'm trying my Thai cookies, which I bought in 7-Eleven, and well, pretty average, but this guy definitely likes them. Look how intelligently he eats them. What a beauty. Even though initially this waiting spot seemed to be reasonable, I've spent just 20 minutes here and realized that it's miserable because it's still blazing hot and I'm sweating as hell. I mean, my whole body is sweating like hell just because it's too hot outside. The daytime temperature today is plus 32 degrees Celsius. Yes, it's not raining, it's great, but it's just super hot. I can easily dehydrate myself. I don't have a lot of water with me.
Throughout the day, I was waiting for the right moment to leave Ipoh on a freight train. A few trains actually arrived and departed during that time, but it soon became clear that traveling on a freight train in Malaysia during daylight hours was too dangerous. None of the trains I saw had reasonable wagons like gondolas or at least hoppers/grainers where I could hide. If I had been on board of the trains I saw, I would have been too visible. I didn't know what the penalty for riding freight trains in Malaysia was, but I didn't want to risk getting arrested. Also, I didn't want to be stopped soon after departure. So, I decided to wait for nightfall.
The Hindu temple in the evening looks extremely beautiful. It's illuminated, and the contrast with dusk, it just looks amazing. That's the railway station, so probably one of the last trains to Kuala Lumpur is leaving right now. My freight train has not been coupled yet. So yeah, best case scenario, in an hour or two I will leave this place. Maybe not. Maybe I will not be that lucky, so we'll see.
Finally, in the evening, a cement train started departing and I decided to catch it. Unfortunately, it was heading not toward Kuala Lumpur, but toward the Thai border. The train had cement wagons, and I assumed it would at least make it to the nearest seaport.
Alright guys, I decided to catch the cement train, and the wagon is extremely miserable. I mean, I'm so fucking exposed, so let's see how far can I get on this train. I can't believe that I'm eventually riding the freight train in Malaysia. It just looks so surreal. Yeah, hopefully I will not be caught and you will enjoy this video. Alright, the train has just stopped at the side track of a random railway station. I'm not exactly sure why it stopped, but still, I'm okay right now, so I'll just try to get to the back of the train. Like a very small local train, that's it. Okay, so the actual reason why we stopped is to pass passenger trains. fucked up because this train actually goes to cement plant nearby based on Google Maps. So it stopped at the last station on the main line, so I actually had an opportunity to get off the train and I missed it. So I'm currently going to the industry, so I need to get off the train as fast as possible. So I didn't manage to go far from my initial starting point from the town of Ipoh. I caught the cement train which was running towards the nearby cement factory. It's like very late in the evening right now. I have no idea where to overnight, how to overnight. There is just one accommodation on booking for like 40 euros per night. Well, could be, but doesn't make any sense anyway. So it's just middle of Malaysia, nowhere. And yeah, so I'm gonna figure out how can I get back to Ipoh. All right, at least so far so good. So no one is bothering me. So I'm just planning to walk by this railway station and find the pedestrian bridge to get out from here. Okay, I'm kind of rescued. So I found the 24 hours restaurant where I just got. It's just like next to the railway station where I got off the train. Just ordered the local tea again. I mean, I can stop drinking it. It's just like the tea with milk, that's it. Yeah, such a lovely, cozy place where people barely speak any English. Alright, I've just had a tea in the 24 hours cafe. So at least there is this kind of place where I can go in case I don't manage to hitchhike. But hitchhiking is what I'm going to try right now for the first time here in Malaysia. I don't need to cover a lot of distance. I don't need to go to Kuala Lumpur right now. I just need to get back to this city, which is just 40 kilometers from here. I mean, the city of Ipoh. Hopefully someone stops his or her car and gave me a lift eventually. Believe it or not, guys, but I made it back to Ipoh, to exactly same place from where I started my train hopping adventure. I was given a lift by a local who was living in that village where I was hitchhiking, and he literally just like drove me all the way from there to here. I don't know, like I wanted to offer some food for him, he refused. He even wanted to give me money, but it's just abnormal hospitality, come on. Apparently all of the trains have gone from here. So I don't know, maybe I should just back to the spot, maybe wait for more trains, because anyway it doesn't make any sense to sleep here. Local time is 2:30 and I still have a theoretical opportunity to catch something from here towards Kuala Lumpur eventually. There is also the grocery store which works 24/7, so I can grab something to eat there. I'm an absolute fan of this night atmosphere and there is no one on the street, no car, just complete silence. Maybe currently I still undervalue my time and comfort zone and I'm doing this kind of trips. Maybe in the future things will change, I don't know. I still have no desire to like firmly settle down somewhere. I'm currently like 24, well, maybe it's time to decide something in this life. But like I have an opportunity to do things that I like, and why shouldn't I?
After spending the entire night at the railway station, I didn't see a single train heading toward Kuala Lumpur. With sunrise, it became clear that trying to reach the capital city on a freight train was pointless. None of the passing wagons provided a place to hide, and I would have been too visible. In the end, I decided to return to KL by passenger train, and later the same day I left Malaysia.